Well, Frank, it was the Tyson Fury show.
It always is. Even Dillian Whyte had been here, it had been the Tyson Fury show.
Well, tell us this. I mean, we've all seen it. Dillian Whyte didn't turn up today. What happens next?
Oh, tickets going on sale tomorrow. They start at 55 quid from Ticketmaster. That's what's happening, and I expect him. He'll show up. He'll have to come eventually. But in the meantime, we just get on with Tyson's. I mean, really, let's get right. At the end of the day, this fight's about Tyson Fury. It's the first time he's been back in the country for 4 years. He's the lineal champion. He's the best heavyweight of his generation. And it's a chance for the fans on St George's Day, the 23rd of April, to see him in action.
Were you anticipating these sorts of no shows, these sorts of no social?
He's going to have a show for $8 million at some time. Otherwise, he ain't going to get paid. Where's he going to get that? He's been bleating and moaning for 1,200 days or whatever it is, 1,000 days, that he wants his opportunity to fight for the title. Well, he's got it now. And be here and be professional and do what you have to do. You know, don't be telling us we can't use your photo on a poster. You know, you're only coming in by a private jet, which, by the way, we were willing to lay on for him. But the bottom line of all this is I've never, ever been involved in any fight anywhere where the main event doesn't show up, especially when he's getting the amount we're paying him. You know, if we hadn't made that bid, he'd be getting 2 million less fighting on a Matchroom show. You know, it's just outrageous that he should do this. And if this becomes the norm in boxing, and we start doing tit for tat, this sport's going to just shrivel up and die because, you know, people want to speak to boxers. You know, you want to ask them questions. The public want to know what's going on. They want to see this happening. Every sport, no matter what it is, the participants get together. This is madness. He's got this advisor who's telling us it's not the norm. I don't know what he knows about boxing. I should even write on the back of a stamp.
Is it a dangerous precedent to set? Yeah. So a purse bid's been won here and then one participant may not participate?
What are we going to do? Tit for tat? We wouldn't do it. I've lost purse bids. I've made fights voluntarily, and our fighters show up and do what is required of them. That is the accepted boxing industry practice. That's what happens. We've got some twat who's come in and saying, no, we're not going to do this, coming out with all sorts of reasons and ridiculous things. The fight was, Dillian Whyte has been complaining, as I said earlier, was it 1,000, 1,200, I don't know how long it is. Complaining. WBC mandated that he's got to fight Tyson. There was a period of negotiation. We couldn't agree terms. It goes to purse bids. The WBC, on the strength of the purses that they previously earned, Tyson $20 million for his last fight, him 300 grand he declared for his last fight, said it was an 80-20 bid. Matchroom ourselves and anybody else for that matter who wanted a bid, enter their bids based upon that. We finally got his contract. We've adhered on everything except for him. We finally got his contract back within an hour to spend after 21 days, which stopped us promoting the fight at the time. How to spend? Signed. So he signed for that fight. He signed to participate. Signed to help the promotion. I don't want to be renegotiating now. You negotiate before you go to purse bids. And even then we were prepared to help him on a few things. But you know what? Contracts work both ways. We will adhere to the letter to that contract.
Well, look, we've won purse bids before. Kid Galahad, Josh Warrington. Kid Galahad was on the pitch at Elland Road. No one was forcing him.
Professional. He's a professional fighter. That's what they do. That's what it's about. That is what fighters do. And if they stop turning up, then I'm telling you, this sport will be dead.
What do you think the end game is here with Dillian Whyte? Is it just a kind of, I don't know, is it to sabotage the event so it's less of a success?
They're trying to. I mean, when they tell you can't even put the post... I mean, we according to them, just supposed to have a poster up with Tyson's face on it. What is that about? He's fighting the Invisible Man. Where are you?
In terms of the fight itself, Frank, let's talk about what's going to happen on April 23rd. What does Tyson Fury need to be wary of when it comes to Dillian Whyte?
Look, he's game. He can punch, and he comes to fight, and this is a massive opportunity for him. He ain't going to come and lay down, that's for sure. He's going to come and he's going to have a fight, and he's got an opportunity of adding another $4 million to his purse as a win bonus, which is lodged with the WBC.
Do you think some of this comes down to money? I mean, I heard you mention at the press conference there It's what, 8 times more than what Tyson Fury got to fight Vladimir Klitschko, more than AJ. I mean, what is this?
I don't know. I mean, Usyk, when was it? Last year. He was on 20% to Josh's money, but he beat him. So now his money goes up. Same with Ruiz when he did it. Same when Tyson went and fought Klitschko. Same when Tyson went to fight Wilder. Go for all the fighters who've done that over the years. That's what you do. You're a man, you go and you feel you can win, go out there and do it, and then you're in the driving seat, you're the man. Then you're the man getting the 80% or whatever it is, the lion's share. That's what it's all about. You've got to go and take it and get away with it, not keep bleating and moaning like a little girl crybaby about it.
What do you make of Eddie's comments that him not being involved in this fight is actually going to cost pay-per-view buyers?
Why? Is people paying to watch his soppy face? Who cares what he... Why does he have to interfere in everybody else's business? What's it got to do with him? He come up short for his fighter. He came up 10 million short for his man. That's what he done. Because of our involvement, his man is getting an extra 2 million because of us. Not because of him, because of us. Because we manipulated the bid, according to him. The same way we manipulated the bid for Andrade and Zach Parker. When we had the short end of the stick. Get behind your man. And then crybaby after. That's not a big fight either. It was a big fight when you was we beat you by $70,000. It was a big fight if you'd have won it. He's a crybaby. Absolute crybaby. That's moaning and bleating about everybody. I know who he thinks he is if he was promoting it. God, Jesus Christ.
What's the progress on Andrade Parker then? Is that a fight we're going to see?
He confirmed yesterday he's going to participate in the fight. We're sending the contracts off and we're going to put it on. We're going to get it on up in Derby, I hope.
Pride Park?
We'll see. All will be revealed.
We look forward to that, Frank. A few more from me. Derek Chisora, he seems to be becoming a bit of a Canelo Alvarez. He's bouncing around. He's saying, I want networks to offer me 2 fights. Are you going to offer him a couple of fights? He looks like he's going to Sky, he's going to DAZN, and he wants a couple of fights. He's there to come in.
Yes, he wants to fight. But he wants to fight Daniel or he wants to fight the Juggernaut. Not a problem. But he keeps saying it. We've offered him all these fights. He didn't want to know. Going looking for a soft touch somewhere else.
Joe Joyce, what's the latest on him? There's a lot of talk about Joe Parker.
Well, at the moment, we're waiting for him confirmation when he'll be fighting, which we expect to be the end of probably early May. That's how it's looking at the moment.
And no indication on opponent? You just talk.
No, we're not getting into the opponent yet. We've got something set, and that's what we're working on.
And Daniel Dubois, how's your negotiations going with Don King?
I spoke to Don yesterday. If we can't get this thing sorted out, then that will go to purse bids. It's taken a long time. It's very frustrating for Daniel, for his his team, and it's certainly frustrating for us because he should be busy. He's a young man. I want him out. He's boxing regularly, and unfortunately, because of this situation, he's not been able to. Because if we put him into a fight, they don't go into the next available contender, and he loses out against Bryant. So that's where we are.
2 more from me, Frank. Firstly, it looks like Canelo, the biggest star in boxing, apart from Tyson, obviously. Looks like Canelo, second biggest. He's fighting Bivol next on DAZN. Pay-per-view. I thought pay-per-view was dead.
Well, you've not heard it me. That's the man who says whatever's necessary at the time. But then they got to go to pay-per-view, otherwise the model doesn't work. The strength that what's happened with DAZN is Hearn's not delivered. He spent all that money in America. They've lost money, hand over fist, and he's not built a star. And they've got hardly any subscribers over here. They keep saying what they got around the world. What they got here, I understand, is not a lot, which is a great shame because at the end of the day, I know a lot of people who work there, good friends of mine, people I've known over the years. I want it to be a success for them, but he hasn't delivered. That's the bottom line of it. All that nonsense, pay-per-view's dead. They need it. Like we all know, pay-per-view is what pays these big purses for boxers. That's what happens, and he needs it.
Final one. We saw Amir Khan against Kell Brook a couple of weeks ago. all the mood music is talking about Amir Khan possibly retiring. It felt like his last fight. Interviews afterwards. You're the man who turned him pro and brought him through. Any sort of words you want to say on Amir Khan?
Look, Amir, that fight, I thought he had a good. On paper, I thought, if he's got some, his feet, his legs hadn't gone. I thought he had a chance. But his legs were gone. One thing that hadn't gone was his heart. He's brave as they can be. He's a brave man. But he should retire. No doubt about that. He's done everything he's had to do. He's won a couple of titles, and he should now move on.
Final word, Frank. Tickets on sale tomorrow?
Tickets on sale tomorrow from Ticketmaster. Noon tomorrow, starting at £55. Buy them because they're going to go quickly.
Thanks very much.
You're welcome.